If you have a history of failing at one diet after another, it's not your fault. Diets don't work, even the quote sensible ones. They're unsustainable, and even when they result in weight loss, it's almost guaranteed to be temporary. It was never you failing, it's always the diet. Yes, blame the diet and never your lack of self-discipline. If your favorite fashion is 2000s, you hate fat people because you can't like the style because they don't fit in it. Thin privilege is buying a standard size camping chair at a big box store. It's not because the company's trying to make money and that's the thing that sells the most. It's a privilege. You all know what that like? Being fat isn't bad, right? Like most human bodies have to adapt in such a way that it's easy to gain fat and muscle and harder to lose them, especially fat. It's because it's easy to gain fat because your body needs it when we live in a calorie-rich time. Fat equals bad. And I am so tired of our entire society acting like it does. Well, too much fat isn't good. You ain't storing for hibernation like a bear. If you're a size 8 shoe, you're not going to be able to comfortably fit in a size 7, no matter how hard you try. Ask the Chinese women from years ago. Just like your body, you can't force yourself into a size you weren't meant to be. You can't defy science. Well, you can if you can cut weight. I am facing lots of fat phobia in the medical world right now. I went top surgery, but will have to travel to meet with someone who isn't a slut for BMI limits. Any help is appreciated. You can also Venmo. Is this person looking for money? Fat sympathy. Oh my gosh, that's a thing. Never knew. My GP. That means they're from the UK. Today told me my BMI with a meaningful look, it's higher than normal. And I told her the reason is because I lift heavy weights, and she said, I know, BMI is useless, but we have to say it. Mate, the only thing you were benching was donuts. And it makes me wonder, when the hell the NHS are going to change this? The NHS has a lot of things wrong with it, but this is not one. Like wearing oversized clothing, please be considerate that what you may wear quote oversized will fit a bigger person well and leave those one-of-a-kind items for them. Thanks. Equality, guys. If you want to pay, that's capitalism. I hate when skinny people post pics on themselves showing quote self-love and act like people don't worship thinness. I think people worship good body images because they're jelly or they want to be like that as inspiration. Hi, obese is a pseudoscientific hate term designed to unnecessarily pathologicize bodies that are perfectly fine to fuel the $66 billion weight loss industry and to disproportionately impact/control women by reinforcing narratives that reduce our worth to our bodies. How there are people still following me and chiming in toxic stuff like this is totally beyond me. I say this shit like once a week at least. Why does obesity only count towards a girl? I'm sorry you're fat and not pregnant. The new Weight Watchers app for children is an eating disorder breeding ground. WW is a concern. W healthy children who have healthy relationship to food. They're concerned with dieting children who turn into dieting adults. This isn't about health, it's about business. Just because you're fat doesn't mean you should be skinny. You should be healthy. That's a mixed ground. Too much or too little of something is not always good. And another thing, because I am fired up, a lot of cultures around the world, including ours, have food at the center. A lot of those food are not considered Weight Watchers friendly. I do not want my children to feel any shame about food from his heritage because they do not meet the specific health standards. Rice is very important to me and to our culture. Telling him that rice is bad for him is not helpful. It is whitewashing our experience and invalidating who we are as a culture, making it seem that our food are less than because they are not on a list. Well, if food's unhealthy, it's unhealthy. I'm pretty sure Brits are known for chicken and chips, and you know that's unhealthy, so stop complaining. Don't assume someone is not healthy by their size. I run 3 times a week and then do yoga and weightlifting 2 times a week, and I am still plus size. People need to stop with their fake health concerns just so they can hide their hate of plus size people. If you don't like it, move along without commenting. Something that they can't do because they're so fat they roll. But let's be real, guys. It's about the muscles and blah blah blah. It's not about the fat. Note to medical providers, please do not use the word obesity in front of our children, ever. Because obesity is a bad word. What were you meant to use? An inflated balloon? Oh, I know. You're as round as the earth. You're so fat, you can cause a national earthquake. I'm so sorry. People, please don't get offended. That's the end of the video. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Peace.